endeavors, how everything pulls back to the main character's storyline, right? Because the whole world always is supposed to revolve around the main character. So the way I write, we're already here. I'm gonna do a separate video. You know what? I'm gonna just clip it in half. It'll be Friday and Saturday. Because I had a little funny to put in the front there. Right? So, anywho's, the way I write in particular is very indicative to the fact of, hey, yes, there's a hero, he's going his main plot line, storyline over there. Cool. I don't care about the main hero. I write my story and my whole book series in a manner of following the side characters and up to the point where you meet the main characters and the main character storyline, and you are forced to stick with it, right? So long story short, and then I do a full explanation. A normal story is going to follow the main character, branch off a couple times, stick with you to the main character, and give you a bunch of potato fillings here, there, and then you close it out and you go into the epilogue. The way I personally write, I would be like, hey, this guy's the main character, right? This guy is the main character's best friend. Okay, cool. So you have a main character and his best friend. Main character leaves off, and that begins the whole normal trope of superhero, or just general hero of the story, right? You think we're following the hero? No. We're staying with the best friend. Best friend's right here. Casual farm guy, or a mechanic. He's a forger or something. No, what? We're just gonna leave it at a farmer, right? Because farmer's a trade that's got a lot of skill, right? They're basically carpenters to some capacity, basically a mechanic to some capacity. They will always work with tractors and all that good stuff. Basically, beginner, pharmacist, and all that. They needed a lot of skill sets, and so they're plenty strong and capable. Oh, you think that this guy is going to unlock some grandiose power or anything? Some he'll wear the mirror through and whatnot? You think so? I don't think so. This farm guy is just a normal, average farm guy. The superhero is going to go defeat the Lich King he's been found, he's been scouted, he's going to be an adventurer and everything. Nope, this is just a farm boy. You're going to follow him for a little bit, get his understanding of the village, time skip and all that. He's a grown, big old man now, right? Monsters are coming around, pillaging and stuff. You know the deal. There's corruption all around. It's getting worse in the years. Trying to figure out a little bit in the, 2 chapters. Don't want to stick too long because it's boring, right? But that's how I begin it. I don't care about the hero. I care about everyone but the hero, right? This normal guy or girl on the farm that the hero has some sort of ties and connection to. That's who my story will follow. And as you have this tie and connection to it, it's like, okay, this guy's lame, this guy's nothing. But the monsters are invading. The monsters are drawing near, so something's bound to happen, and you're right. Something is bound to happen with these losers on the farm and stuff. You have the monsters coming. The orcs are in the Shire, one might say. The orcs are coming. The orcs are in the Shire. And that's exactly what happens. In the little small town that they were in, the hometown of the hero, if you will, hometown hero, is invaded by orcs and goblins, right? Where the orcs and the trolls and the demons, if you will, are invading, they're pillaging, they're taking everything. They conquered it lickety split in no time at all. It was no resistance even to be had. They're just too strong and everything, right? All the men get riled up and corralled into the monster's playpen for cockfighting, right? Human equivalent would be a cockfight. Put the chickens in the coop or put the dogs in a cage and have them fight one another for survival and an extra little nugget of mealtime, right? Men corralled into these pits to fight one another, and then all the women and children corralled and then done debaucheries to by their pets, where the equivalent would be a homeowner has cats and dogs. Well, the orcs and the trolls, they have goblins. You know, those utterly deplorable, perverse creatures with high reproductive desires, right? All the women and children are given, both male and female children, offered up to the goblins. Like, yes, you know, you have your urges, but you're a good little pack hound. You're a good little goblin to me, a nice little pet dog equivalent. You can have all the women and children. We're going to take the men. We have plenty of hogs, we have horses and cows to eat. We're not random savages. We're just terrible. So we're going to eat the food. We're going to take the humans' tools and the weapons, the farmers' equipment, the tractors, and all this good stuff. Destroy it. Destroy most of it. Keep some of it. But these people, the people are there to be entertainment. That's exactly what they are, right? That's exactly what they are. They're here for our entertainment. That's all they were good for. That's all they'll ever be good for. So we got the men dying in groves in the little monster gladiatorial pit, and we have the women suffering at the hands of goblins, and we have the children, both boys and girls alike, suffering at the hands of the goblins as well, if not turned into food. And we go, and that is where you transfer to recognizing a few things here. Oh, what's happening over there? So there's some sort of reason. I give you some sort of reason as to why they would be do such horrible, depraved things as well. We're monsters, right? And you humans have your way of leveling up and getting stronger in a tandem with the system. Why don't you? But we don't have that. We just need to evolve. We need to mutate because we're not you humans or whatever, right? And the way we evolve is stealing your life essence, stealing your blood, chi and all that. We absorb it, or we mutate and get stronger through other dark magical means, through resentment and whatnot. So this hometown friend dies in the gladiatorial pit, and the wife and their family dies with great resentment and all that at the hands of the goblins. And why not, but better way of saying the mutation happens and occurs in, let's say, one of the goblins that was torturing this man and his family. This mutation occurs, and it doesn't go down the route of necromancer or healer, shaman. The goblin doesn't turn into a troll. It doesn't turn into a hobgoblin or anything. Let's say this goblin mutates and evolves into a necromantic figure, right? This goblin evolves into like a necromancer goblin, and it absorbs all the local hate and resentments into itself. But remember, it's a weak, unleveled up goblin, so that resentment kind of pulls into itself and sends it into some sort of random necromancer berserk rage, and it just wants to kill off all of not even the humans left, because there's not really those left on it. No, so we're gonna build up all the hate, disdain, and the resentment, but have no outlet. And I'm just a miniature goblin with who's evolved into a necromancer. So I want more of this hate and resentment. I want all of this fear. I want all of this blood. And he's gonna go on a bloodbath, killing other goblins, killing other orcs, up until the point where it runs into some of the stronger hobgoblins and the stronger orcs that are in the Shire. It's like, I've been absorbing all the dark magic entities in the area, and something that has piled up a lot now is fear. So I don't know a better way to say this, but I fear death really a lot. I fear death a lot now as a necromantic goblin. But I had killed enough of you guys to turn into a spirit goblin. And now I thrive on the intangible, emotional piece. I really want to live. So it runs away from this border territory with the human settlement and doesn't bother them anymore. But it's going on a spree. It goes from town to town, getting more central and spreading the will of the undead as it goes along. It goes and naturally gets conquered after a little time skip, by some measly old adventurers and whatnot. The adventurers making a little money, strapped for cash or whatever. Let's just say the one who killed him was the swordsman of the party, so he was a leadership. Let's keep some stereotypes alive. It's fine, right? The swordsman defeats this new spirit entity goblin who's got some form of control over the dead and gets some high on his own supply. He's got a lot of experience. He'd done a ton of leveling up for this weirdly mutated goblin. But who's gonna complain about having a lot of experience when in a game, right? Oh yeah, that's sick. Who knew leveling up could be so awesome and wild, right? Get back to town, tried to get his equipment fixed up at the shop and everything. And he realizes, hey, I'm being picked on by this shopkeep, and it's really pissing me off, right? I'm going out there, putting my life on the line as a member of the Adventurer Guild, and this is what you do to me, shopkeep. Can you just fix my stuff and stop trying to upsell me the charge, dude? I'm pretty sure the local range is like $400. 400 copper for a fix, and you're trying to charge me 10 gold pieces. Don't test my patience, shopkeep. You know what? I'm gonna just rob your butt. I'm gonna rob your butt. I'm gonna rob you freaking blind, shopkeep. Keep messing with me, and I'm gonna chop your head off next. I just killed a level blah 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 type goblin. It was a class B threat, local class B threat. Come on, don't you disrespect me like this, shopkeep. Playing it up. I don't believe you. But anyone who knows about D&D, practiced or watched enough knows something you never do is harass the tavern owners. You never bother the NPCs that have control over the building, because in the store they are God. And the only people who kind of get any lenience are paying customers. But hey, recognize this guy hasn't paid for anything yet. So he's just, regardless of whether the shopkeep was harassing him or not, hey man, you haven't paid, so you're not a customer, and only customers are God in my shop. So at the snap of a fingers, remember, we're in his store. Snap of his fingers turns this all powerful, super strong A-rank adventurer type deal into a cloud of blood mist with a snap of his fingers. they'll need a new party leader or something, but they shouldn't have been doing this nonsense in my shop. I'm getting less and less visitors because of the whole dealio of the demon border spreading. The demon's border is spreading closer and closer, and I'm about to be on the border, and only the bravest and strongest of people. But all those are on the front lines, not on this outcast border, and now my sales are plummeting. I'm gonna have to change shop locations, honestly. It's gonna freaking suck. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep pounding this place to the ground and take all the money I can. But I do need to consider moving closer to the inner sanctum of humanity here. It's gonna stink, it's gonna suck. Because I'm only invincible inside my shop, okay? It's dangerous out here. So I gotta move to the inner sanctum where I can make more money and stay invincible and all that. Krypton gold, so I've heard, right? So, and a little time skip, if you will, learn a lot about how shop owners and stuff happens here. And then naturally, he's going to change locations. And during transit from the outer perimeter to the inner sanctum, he, of course, as a Scrooge, fickle man, all about money, he gets bounty hunted, right? It was a mercenary. A mercenary comes along and takes his life and the money and his sacks, his equipment, and his little merchant caravan along with him. And you follow this mercenary bounty hunter bringing all the stuff, and I'm like, here you are, my good liege. Here's the bounty, and here's the spoils. And give me the reward that you owe me, and we're clear to go until the next time you have something. Well, great, because I do have something I want you to do. You got him, but there's this other cat on the other side of town, if you will, and he's being a pain in the arse, right? They want to act all high and mighty here and there, trying to act all heroic and whatnot, as if they never do anything wrong. They're trying to run me out of business, you know, mercenary. They're trying to run me out of business, meaning I'll never be able to hire you again if you don't take care of this, right? So what, you need me to kill him or anything? No. I just need you to be an espionage over there. I need you to spy on him, report back what you find out about him, because I need some form of dirt on them, because they're acting high and mighty and it's pissing me off, right? Do a little espionage work over there and come right on back. Let me know about it, because I need to know their moves and what they're doing. And I'll make sure to pay you daily, okay? I'll pay you daily, unless you want me to keep paying you weekly, and get on back here, right? I need just regular updates on the moving and what they're doing. That's it, okay? Cool. Give me this payment though, and 2 days advance on the money, and then I'll get started on that right away. Cool. Grabs that, goes on, and as always, just business as usual. Naturally, right? It's just business as usual. Okay, that sounds good enough. So the mercenary is gonna go and now do this spy-like espionage across to this other party, let's just say corporation across town. They do it against those guys. You know what? How about a militia? They're a militia. mercenary checks on the militia, finds out information on them. Like, cool. Hiding in an air vent, you know, the stereotypical spy thing, Mission Impossible style, hiding in an air vent, listening in on them. Like, okay, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. We need to do this. Is this? Ooh, that sounds like juicy information. Oh no. Oh well. Oh, I'll need to report back to him right now, pretty pronto, because this is pretty juicy. I understand why he sent me over here. I realize that now. Let me make sure I record this too. Click, click. Yep. Oh, that's pretty good. Well, that means he could probably do this and that in order to get ahead of the game over there. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep recording this, get as much as possible. Oh yeah. Oh whoa. Oh yeah, I'm gonna deliver this information, get paid extra up front, and I have to get out of Dodge. Stuff's about to go down with the demonic horde and stuff. Oh, that's wild. That's crazy. That's a bit active. I understand this assignment, but I refuse to take part in this assignment, so I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge. Oh whoa. I gotta get out of here fast then. Good thing I asked for some of that money in advance, because I have to go. I'm not even risking nothing for any of this. Shush. Oh no way. Oh yeah, I'm so not into none of this, and I'm leaving. Turns around and look, he's already been caught. There are 5 other people in this air vent with this man, this mercenary is like, oh shoot. And naturally he gets wasted. And we transferred to the next main character, the one that officially did the final blow to him, you know. They come down out the air vent with this man in tow, dead weight, dragging along the floor. It's like, this man was getting information on you. Looks from his stuff in the pockets that he was sent by so-and-so across town. Hate them. Put out a police report to capture him and get rid of that other corporation across town because they're freaking dummy losers. I've tolerated their BS for way too long, and now they're trying to overstep their bounds. That's crazy, right? They've done it one too many times for me. They've overstepped their bounds one too many times. So here we are. We just went from the friend to the hero to some random goblin mutated and evolved to getting offed by a random adventurer to being snapped out of existence into a blood mist by a shopkeeper to the mercenary to the corporation across town the mercenary was sent to investigate, but instead was eliminated by, right? So now here we are at the militia camp. They're planning their next raid or whatever. And of course, the alarms get to blaring. The alarms start sirening off. You know, the same way alarms do. Because just like they were talking about and expecting, there's a raid. Oh no, they're coming in. They're gonna try and steal the town. The orcs are coming back. They have left the Shire in order to take this new Shire. The orcs have left the old Shire for the new Shire. They're expanding the borders of the demonic control yet again. I thought it was supposed to come like next week or something. Well, you tell them that, because they're here now, and we gotta defend ourselves.